Hi, good morning. This is Ride the Wind. My name is Daryl Johnson. I want to talk to my subscribers. I basically have to go through my inbox to get to all the comments, but I think I replied to everybody this morning. Some of you guys' comments go to my inbox. Some of them are posted on the actual channel, right? It's weird. I don't care. But anyway, it's kind of hard to differentiate. So, the first thing I want to talk about is, I want to tell you I didn't sleep last night. And, I shot 2 videos. I did my 100 push-ups, my 100 squats, walked up and down the mountains. And I was just up. And I think that's due to the plasma field that we're being nailed with right now, the CMDs, the coronal mass disturbances. If you've seen New York, which is where I was born, go to Mr. MRB 333. You'll see something that will just amaze you. And you know it anyway. You guys know it. You feel it. You're dreaming it. I've read your dreams, and I totally understand. Understand those dreams are a sign that you are going through an awakening. I'm going to say when you do wake up, it does not get any easier. It does not get any easier. You realize that the reality that you've lived is a disreality. Let me just put it like that, basically a con. I mean, they got this thing timed out. Look at our infrastructure, the highways, so much money should have been spent on bridges, etc., but they didn't. It was timed perfectly for what's about to happen. And I'm looking out the window right now, just an unbelievable sky. It's baby blue. It's covered in X's. And gee, that's a good thing to open your window up to. But again, that is the things that you will notice when you're awakening. But again, it does not get any easier. But the truth is better than living the lie. I think that's all I can say on that, But I do want to transcend into this, and it applies, and you guys are going to understand exactly what I'm saying, and excuse if I'm just a little disorientated. Now, this is a book that y'all should read. It's by a philosopher called Eric, E-R-I-K, G-U-T-K-I-N-D. It's called Choose Life, The Biblical Call to Revolt. Again, an amazing book. And the quotes that I'm going to give are Einstein commenting on God from that philosopher's book, which again, I highly recommend you read. But here's a couple quotes. The only thing that matters is how we treat one another. That's from the New Yorker. And again, that's from his letter. I'm going to read excerpts. I can't read the whole thing. I can't. So another quote that's in here, and you're going to understand this, is there is a God out there. We just can't pick him up with the radar we've got. Now, isn't that pretty profound? Let me say it again. Your personal ideal, again, he's referring to this book, and again, I highly recommend reading it. Your personal idea, with its striving for freedom from ego-orientated desires, from making life beautiful and noble, with an emphasis on the purely human element. We have this radar. So here I go. This unites us as having an un-American attitude. So what Einstein was basically saying is the American attitude is basically good luck, you're on your own. I'm quoting somebody there, MJK. But, it's the people who drive by the homeless guy who hasn't eaten in 8 days, or he's babbling at a wall. I spent a lot of time volunteering down in Fort Worth for a couple different homeless helpers. And it was an amazing experience, and I watched a lot of them disappear, but I won't get into that. Just caring about somebody who's hurting, you feel that pain. Yeah, there's the impasse out there, and they feel it. I feel it. There was a tear put in our heart by I Am. Okay, I'm going to refer to him as I Am. There was a tear put into our genetic code, into our heart. There was an empathy. There was a compassion. Some people are able to access this, such as us. Other people are unable to access this because of the primal walls that still surround them. So I will never refer to them as trolls. I will never downgrade them, but I will make the fact that they do operate on a lower frequency. And it's going to be your choice whether you deal with that that low frequency or you eliminate that person, giving up someone you love. And that's the hardest thing to do. But if you've got to deal with that negative frequency, then you kind of really need to evaluate what you're doing and who you're dealing with. If you're constantly getting a dark vibe from somebody, I'm sorry, whether it's somebody you love, whether it's somebody in your family, I'm sorry, you got to disconnect till they see. And that's the hardest thing to do. We've lost our friends. I've lost my friends. They think I'm nuts. You've lost your friends because they think you're nuts. Because you're the one out of 100 that is defying the other 99 with your beliefs. Know your beliefs are true. It's the one in 100 that has the contradictory view of the other 99 that's usually right. Okay? So, I want to leave it also with this. You're alone. You have empathy. You have compassion. No one understands you. You help people. Again, we've defined the fact that we're lonely. You call on him. You know something's coming, and you seek knowledge. You want to know what's going on. So again, the people that are commenting to me, bless your hearts, you're great. I felt so alone. You're awakening. Cool. Okay. Make sure you meditate, you pray to keep that balance. And I got to refer to Mr. Steve Olson, and then I'm going to close this out. I had just gotten, that's WSO, and he's an angel too, and he's definitely a 144 because he sensed that I'm kind of burning out. And I am. I get compulsive with things, I'm operating right now whey protein, B12, and a lot of caffeine because, again, I didn't sleep last night. But for him to see that in me, that's the ability we all have. And I'd like to say thank you very much to Steve. He's also, I think he just put out a video that covers, it's either an orb or some type of UFO that appeared above New York. And then we've got Richie from Boston. There's the triangles again floating around up there. So, woo! The thing I want to end with is my dreams, and I want to be real quick. When I was 6 or 7, I used to have these dreams where I'd fly down. I'm going to define it as a porthole with lights. And it would be a horrifying experience. It'd almost be a night terror, right? And I would come out in the city, and I would know that something big was walking around, and I would hide, right? So it came to the point where my family found me hiding around the house, or my parents, I'm sorry, hiding around the house in the middle of the night, asleep in this dream that I couldn't wake up from. Night terror, I would define it more as, right? So this went on. And I'm not going to say my parents were abusive, but it became a problem. So what they did is they tied and this again isn't abusive, okay? They tied my ankle to the bedpost, right? So I wouldn't do that. So it kind of stopped, right? It happened a few times in my life after that. I would have the same dream, and I would try and wake up from it because it was the most horrifying experience I'd ever been through. And what I felt was the presence of very large beings. That's what I want to get to, right? So I ride up here to Arkansas, live in the mountains, live outside for a year and a half, right? And I'm at Washita Lake here in Arkansas, beautiful lake. And I wake up one morning and a ranger pulls up and he takes me down to his office, and I'd had that dream that night, okay? Takes me to his office and he says, a lot of the campers that were at the site reported me walking around that night creeping around. So all of a sudden I felt like, oh gosh, he thinks I'm Chester the molester, and he has no idea. So how do you sit there and explain to a park ranger at Lake Washita, Arkansas, that you're going through this? So I just denied it all. It was just a very strange experience, and it came back to me, and it comes back to me. I haven't had it in a while, but I know it's been a big part of my life. There's times where I've gone just completely out, and I've gone into this dream when I was in an awake state. So I'm saying that because I understand your dreams. I see crowds of people that aren't happy. And those probably would be the ones that didn't wake up. And I want to end this with a statement. It's a band called Nevermore. Okay, and they're really cool. Check them out. I don't know if you go that hard, but I do. Anchored in anger, we excel ourselves. Bitter blood builds our prison cells. Darkened water now fills our lungs. The depths of our hearts have blacked the sun. The referral to bitter blood builds our prison cells, that's being my best Walmart. Anyway, maze of mirrors, house of cards, you fix the fight right from the start. The bottom line is above our heads. Employ the flies to build your web. That again is Johnny Hawkins from Nevermore, a totally awake man. I suggest you listen to their songs. They're great. They're awake. And there's a lot of bands that are awake out there. And music is what will get you through this also. The frequency, the happiness. It's the only thing that gets me through the day. But I did, and I hope, touch with you guys today. I made a commitment. Really tired, like I said, but I wanted to keep my commitment because I know you guys are out there grappling for answers. And I'm here. I'm with you. It's happening. It's already kind of happened to me. I'm dealing with the higher upload, which is, but it's going to be okay. I want to say that. But that's why I tie into the black holes and everything. They tie into my dream. And if you saw Cloverfield Paradox, the last one, and I won't watch it again, in the very end, when she's coming back to Earth, to her husband, and he's hiding in a city with some big creatures crawling around. And like I said, I probably won't watch that movie again. But I highly suggest that you guys out there watch that because it's exactly what I'm talking about. This is a battle of principalities. This is what it's going to come down to. And I again want to make clear that the ascension, the transcendence is not going to be as easy as it's described. We're going to have to fight before that happens. And we've all got roles to play, light workers, archangels, whatever the case may be, whoever you are. I just want to say I love you all very much for being there for me and sharing your dreams and your thoughts and your empathy and your compassion. Again, one more time, my love goes out to Steve Olson at WSO, and also the other people who sent me their dreams, a very, very nice empath that I speak to on a personal basis has been very supportive, and I've tried to be equally as supportive back. But I am here for you, and I want to say God bless you, and you guys have a good weekend, and a happy new year. I'm going to take off for a while. I'm off the cams. I can't do that. I stopped that a few days ago, but I got to kind of stop period to recharge and be able to give you guys proper info. I appreciate you listening to me. Remember, it will be okay. Seek meditation, seek prayer. He's there for you to provide the strength to make it through this. Okay? So you guys have a really good day. And again, I can't say thank you enough. And I'll talk to you probably next week. Okay? Have a good weekend. Happy New Year.